but you never responded.
Did I not? My God, it's been a rough week.
That's fine. I figured it was, so I didn't really care too much about it. Now everything
Yeah, no.
outside's glistening.
The thing is, a lot of times I'll wake up and one of the first things I do is I open up my phone, check my email, check messages on Discord, Instagram, text messages, what have you. And I have enough sense to know that I shouldn't respond when I'm first waking up because it's going to be completely incoherent. But I don't have enough sense to remind myself, oh, hey, somebody messaged you.
To be fair, I've been playing Dragon's Dogma 2 like all week, so I might not have even noticed if you did message me back because the addiction is real.
Perfectly fair.
Been jumping around with vocations on that game. I think I just now made myself a sorcerer. Gonna play with magic.
Nice.
Magic.
Well, to be fair, in Dragon's Dogma, magic is kind of overpowered, but you're like a glass cannon, so stay out of the way, but be the artillery.
I am the tank.
A tunkiest.
Oh, I love playing. I love playing as a tank in that game. So fun. Getting smacked by a Cyclops roughly 3 times my size, and I just shrug it off like it was nothing.
I like the glass cannon sorcerer part.
If only DD2 was a co-op game. I mean, it is in the sense of pawns and everything, but not actual multiplayer.
NPC.
Yes,
you
get
to
cuss.
But it isn't.
Yes, the multiplayer is as followed. You create a special pawn that is your main pawn who follows you in your world, but he can also be summoned into other people's world to help them out with their quests if he has knowledge of it. Basically, if you do a quest with that pawn, he has knowledge of the quest now. So when he goes into a world for somebody who's just now doing the quest for the first time, he will actually help them do it by explaining this is where we have to go. This is what we have to do, but he won't tell you every finite detail. He's basically just a little guide. Very,
Just a little guy.
very fun. Just a little guide. He just takes you where you
guy.
gotta go. He'll say, hey, we've reached our destination, and then you have to figure it out from there. And then he'll also tell you weaknesses to monsters and stuff like that. Like how goblins hate fire and actually just magic in general.
Fire bad.
Sound like Tradoroh.
Nobody sounds like Tradoroh.
It's like he sounds like sounded like the Chad version of Tradoroh. Tradoroh.
It's just too many R's.
There's only 2.
I'm
You could
just
just
gonna
make
make
it
it easy.
so that
Say Tradoroh.
you know
Tradoroh.
the name Chad. You can call me Trad.
That's what I was thinking about doing.
Orange.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
We're so happy you're here.
Beyond the orange.
How are you guys?
We're good. Just getting assembled.
For the Avengers. Beat you to it. Well, actually, you do it. You have the voice acting. I don't.
Oh,
You
gosh,
know.
don't put that on me.
No, I want to hear it now.
So I was doing a session 0 for some friends of mine who I haven't played with one of them at all. One of them I play with fairly regularly, and then the other I haven't played with in like 9 years.
Ooh.
And this girl's explaining to the friend that I don't know, oh my gosh, he is such an amazing voice actor. Like, he could do it professionally. We were playing a game, and he used the Grog Strongjaw voice. And, like, I had a friend walk by and thought that I was playing with Travis Willingham because it was just so perfect. I'm like,
It's
do
spot
not put that in the air. I do not need that kind of bad juju in my life. It sets a bad
Pressure.
precedent.
That's pressure.
Because the thing is, I got my start in Shadowrun, which is a post-apocalyptic kind of cyberpunk setting, which has a lot of the fantasy races, still has elves and dwarves and trolls and such that you can play as. And I initially played a human female kind of like sniper for the military that was on the run because she had defected, but started kind of losing feeling for that character. And so then I started playing a character named Trug. And Trug was this 8.5 foot tall, drug addicted troll that's biggest
Trug.
accomplishment was coming up with the king's pizza, which is you take like different pizzas and just stack them on top of each other and turn it into like a cake of pizza.
And Trog talked a little bit like this.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
fun-loving and having a good time up until I jump out of the helicopter and fall on a building, bringing it to the ground.
That's pretty groggy.
I mean, Grog was definitely the inspiration, but I'm no Travis Willingham. Not
who
at all.
is?
Travis Willingham.
Yeah.
Drug like drug.
I'm on campaign 3 now.
Yeah. All right, I am just going through, making sure that I've updated all the tokens appropriately. But how has everybody's week been?
You did okay. Busy.
Same.
Just busy.
Super busy.
Yeah, pretty much as always. Nothing new. Except
Busy
for
is as busy
DD2.
does.
Ooh,
Baba
busy
said.
Steelers.
I'm not what you would call a smart man.
But I know what love is.
You know what's great about that is the kid that they got to play the young Forrest Gump. He was this southern boy and had that super thick accent, and they were trying to coach him so that he didn't sound, as inarticulate. And rather than making him go through all of this training, gosh, I'm gonna forget what the actor's name is, but Forrest Gump decided Tom Hanks, rather than make the kid go through all of this vocal training and try and drop the accent, he would just emulate the accent the kid already had.
That's professionalism, folks.
Oh, absolutely.
We go. It's taking forever to load the map, but
It's a big map.
It is quite hefty, as the kids would say.
they say that nowadays.
I don't know what the kids are saying nowadays. It's all confusing. I feel like they've bastardized the English language to such an extent it doesn't even resemble anything coherent anymore.
Dead ass. That's
Gosh,
one of the things they say.
The first time that I heard somebody say, dude, dead ass, I'm like, what does that even mean?
Who cares? It's provocative.
I had to go through the embarrassment of asking my friend, what does that even mean? And him being from the generation, he just looks at me like, bro, you're fucking old.
It's
"Oh,
like, I'm not going to
thanks."
tell you. He has to gatekeep and be like, can't tell you, because then you'll start saying it.
Yeah, at one of my workplaces, we would regularly utilize New Age linguistics just because it was so cringy, it was funny.
Oh,
And so it'd be like, that's lit, fam. Just putting way too much emphasis on it.
I'd be the guy walking away from you guys. The cringe. I might soak it up like a sponge.
I soaked up
Own
Philly like a
your
sponge.
Cringe. Gotta own that cringe.
I don't know. I'm like 40 something, so I feel like I've been away from the language for a really long time.
Kitty cat, give me love.
Real quick, Zeus, do furbolgs have dark vision?
They
Do
do.
you know? Excellent. 60 feet?
Let me just check real quick.
Isn't that the regular dark vision range?
Yeah, it is. I'm just double checking.
get one more. So, Desolate Darkness will be joining us a little bit late this evening.
Oh, yes. No worries.
But he was adamant that he at least show up when he can, and I was fully on board with that. Just because it is the first real session of us in this new adventure, he didn't want to miss it. I don't want him to miss it. So
Oh,
it's all
cool.
good
I
on-
thought he wasn't going to come. That's great. I'm glad he is.
Me too.
Yeah, he'll pop in when he can, and we'll go ahead and get into all the madness. Oh, come on, don't you freeze up on me
Yes,
now.
The madness that is the realms.
Oh my god, please.
Oh my
please make your
God.
character have that voice.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're a halfling of some kind.
I'll make a future character that'll use that voice.
Yes, your next one has to use that voice. Kill
So
Vainheart.
you know, if you
We have
commit
to-
to a voice in the first session, that's one you're stuck with.
For
Yeah.
years.
I don't know what you're talking about, good sir.
Me.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Oh, is that one of those red leather, yellow leather?
Yes.
Rubber baby bucky bumpers.
Peter Piter.
What?
Peter.
Nope.
Peter Piter.
Peter-
No,
Seashore.
Peter
Peter
Pepper.
didn't pick shit. Nope, he didn't.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Pick the pickle peppers pickers. How many pickle
Pickers?
peppers did a
Pickers?
Peter Piper pick?
What a prick.
Me and Trey were doing a bunch of these the other night. They're actually really hard, actually.
Peter Piper picked a bunch
Oh,
of
and I bet it
pickled
was
peppers. How many
hilarious, too.
pickled
we
peppers
were
did
laughing
Peter
so
Piper
hard.
pick?
We were trying to do them in our what we're trying
our
to work out
character
for our character
voices.
voices.
Unique.
New York.
I did. Wow.
How now, brown cow?
York.
How now, brown cow? Oh, that's an easy one. She sells.
How much
seashells
wood
by the
would chuck
seashore.
chuck wood?
Oh, I hate that
that
one.
one's
I'm not doing
easy.
it. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Ugh, I can't do that one because there's too many W's.
Oh no.
I'm gonna practice those so hard next time, and then next time you guys are gonna be like, "Wow!" But I'm gonna spend all week on it.
Now that you told me, I'm gonna just be like, wow, he actually did it.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you that like, wow,
Wow.
half in, half out kind of wow.
Wait, what?
Wow.
What's happening?
Spent all
Half
week. Wow. Basically, you let your voice trail away on the last part of the wow.
You heard the man.
I heard.
Trail away.
Trail away.
Come
trail away. Come trail away. Come trail away.
Trail away. Trail away. Trail away.
Oh no, not Enya.
I have
Oh gosh, I haven't
officially
heard
started
Enya in
playing
forever.
with the playing with the drawers on my desk all of a sudden because I like the sound they make.
You're playing with your draws.
Thanks, Tom's inside brain voice.
You're welcome.
What? Oh, that's my inside voice.
You know,
should I
sometimes your
have for-
inside your brain voice comes out of your mouth.
You just say auto narrating.
Tell me, inside voice, what should I have for breakfast tomorrow?
Sausages.
Lemons.
Lobotomy.
Bangers and mash, governor.
Taters and lemons.
What is that is precious?
Turtles.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's pretty good.
Alan
That is not
Circus.
sustainable.
Andy Circus. What's his name?
Yeah.
Andy Serkin?
Circus?
I think that.
S-C-R-C-I-S?
The dude is a circus.
Didn't. Can we garl the snarflap now?
They don't even know that what that's from.
Snarl the garflap?
We're too old.
Coneheads? Which was old for us. Because it was
Oh.
from the 60s, 70s.
Garfle the garflap.
I have seen the Coneheads, just not in over 20 years.
Right.
Smeldar. Stonehead. We come from France.
Look.
It was Saturday Night Live Gold when they came up with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the three youngest people in here, myself included, went dead silent for that.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Rude. So my internet went out on Monday.
Ooh,
One of the
painful.
fiber lines in the city got cut, and it took out fiber for like several different providers. And so we're trying to entertain the kids, and we're like, we're gonna put a movie on. They're like, how are we gonna do that? We don't have internet. Mostly the 6-year-old. And like, well, we have movies on disc. And his older brother, who knows what a DVD is, like, are those from when you guys played with rocks because you didn't have toys?
Sacre bleu.
Digitom. We had pet rocks back in the days.
You gotta show him some VHSs.
Yeah. Do you say
I had a pet
yes?
rock.
Some people
Bring out
in
the
Portland,
boombox.
Oregon still have pet rocks.
I hated my pet rock.
I've got a whole
Kept peeing
collection
on
of
the
rocks
carpet.
right now.
Those aren't. Those
Those aren't
are
rocks.
gems. Those are
Those are
gems.
krills.
You're a krill.
My.
Don't eat me.
All right, so that concludes all of my last minute stuff. Let's get started.
Let's get to business.
Physical? Oh.
Let's get it.
Let's get
Physical. Physical. I wanna get physical.
Oh. Olivia Newton-John, another recent reference.
May she rest in peace. Please continue.
Yeah. R.I.P.
This is my resort.
Okay.
I'm so cold.
The last time we gathered together, our adventurers stormed the Tower of Dreams in an attempt to stop the Mad Mage Vaste from completing a ritual that would sacrifice hundreds of innocent people, all for the purpose of attaining lichdom. Traversing the floors of this tower took you through different planes of existence. The Shadowfell, the Feywild, the Abyss, and Limbo. Upon reaching the top of the tower, you all stood in horror as the ritual began and innocent people had their souls removed from their bodies. Jumping into action, you all began to cut your way through the cultists, desperately trying to stop this dark ritual from completing. However, you were tired from fighting earlier in the day, and there were just so many people getting in the way. Citrine Bergdahl especially. As you all rushed in to end this dark cleric, you fell prey to a trap. Sacrificing herself in the name of Vaste, she created a portal that would send each of you hurtling to the fabric between planes. Vainheart and Tradoroh, you are enveloped in a field of stars and shimmering lights, prismatic and opalescent streaks of light as you feel yourselves tumbling through nothingness. You do not see Galadorn or Duskin, but there is a shape falling nearby that resembles Citrine. You've been falling, floating? Whatever it is, you've been doing it for what feels like ages. But that's when the first wave of pain racks your bodies. It's unlike anything you've experienced before, being both tolerable and incomprehensible at the same time. You feel the strength sapped from your bodies as if stripping away your experiences. You see flashes of memories pulled from your being, those moments of great wit, indomitable strength, and victory. With each pulse of pain, your bodies are forgetting these events one by one. And then, wham! Everything comes to a screeching halt. Your vision is dark, but then you realize it's because you are laying face down on a hard, dusty surface. When you open your eyes, you are immediately blinded by harsh sunlight, and it takes a moment for your vision to adjust. When it does, you see that you are in an inhospitable place. You can see waves of heat resonating off the dry, cracked earth where yellow clumps of grass grow in patches near twisted cacti. There are very few trees, and the ones you can see have long since died, bearing no leaves. Nearby there is a strange creature. It's like a jackrabbit, but it has antlers and wings? You must be hallucinating.
Ugh, you two don't look so good. Should probably find some shade before the heat gets to you.
I must be losing it. Did that little rabbit just speak to us?
Looks like food to me.
Yeah, find some shade and maybe some water. Good luck.
And the rabbit takes off and begins to fly away.
I think we should listen to it. Big Red?
Me green.
What? You're green?
And as you turn to look at Tradoroh, a lot of his features are still the same. You know, the facial structure, the style of haircut that he had, his overall physique is still fairly the same. But there is no mistaking. He has green skin.
What in the nine hell? Well, come to think of it, I don't feel so... Where are we? I'm going to just look around, especially for shade.
There is not a whole lot. Looking to one direction where the sprawling, vast expanse just kind of keeps going. You can see there are some very harsh-looking mountains far, far away. But in the other direction, maybe about 5 miles, you see a rather lush-looking jungle, which, being home to likely a plethora of prey animals and berries and fruits, fresh water and shade. It's going to be a bit of a trek, but that's probably your best option for survival at this point.
Say, big guy, should we go to the jungle? The mountains look too far away, especially in a single day's hike.
Sure.
Well, lead the way. Where is my shield and my sword? Oh no. Okay. Worry about that later. That little weird creature said we needed shade, so I'm gonna listen to it. Let's head for the jungle.
As you two begin to wander through this barren region, I need both of you to give me wisdom saving throws. Though you've likely never been in a location quite like this, there's no mistaking the rumors and tales of the mirages that can occur when The heat gets so hot that it pulls the moisture up out of the ground. And so a few times you start to see things. But there is just this uneasiness about where you're at that tells you that no matter what you're seeing, maybe just avoid it. And after a while, you start to realize that it is these mirages, these hallucinatory terrain features. Like at one point, you think you see Duskin and Galadorn, but after ignoring it for a while and continuing forward towards the jungle, they fade away as if they were never there to begin with. And the next, you see that wizard Vaste, only to ignore it, keep walking, and it too fades away. You come to deny these mirages your full attention for so long that as you see a tree in the distance that bears leaves, you don't even believe that's real. Until you get close enough to fall under the shadows and feel the coolness of being out of the sunlight.
Big Green, I think we really should avoid the sun. This feels loads better.
Is it just a tree? No water?
Doesn't appear to be any water. Whatever water the tree is nourishing itself on likely could be some sort of underground stream that's just close enough to the jungle that it hasn't completely been evaporated.
Is there any fruit on the tree?
There is not.
Matter, Big Green, you hungry?
Gonna beat my head on the tree.
And he's losing it. Oh, okay,
Knock
big
some
guy,
of the
calm
leaves down. Not enough to destroy the shade that you have acquired.
All right, big guy, calm down. We don't need you hurting yourself. We don't know where we're at. I get you're hungry. We'll go into the jungle. We'll look for food. But for a minute, let's just enjoy the shade. And regather our thoughts.
Fine.
Poor thing. I'm going to just kind of inspect the surroundings again, trying to make sense of where we're at. This is like no place I've ever seen. And it's the weirdest thing. My magic, I can't feel it anymore. But I feel different. Besides your skin, buddy, do you feel any different?
Weak.
Weak.
Less angry.
I can agree to that. I feel weaker. But I feel like I've been altered. You obviously have been. I say we keep pushing forward. We shouldn't sit still for too long. We have no weapons, so we don't have any way to defend ourselves except by fist.
Charlie, did we still have 1 HP?
No. You'll have full hit points for your reduced total.
So what do you say then, Trod? You want to sit here and rest a little longer or move on?
Can I do like a perception check to see what is nearby?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'll do one too, since I'm also just looking around.
Might as well. Now, one thing you didn't pick up on with your first cursory glance, not anywhere nearby, which is almost more concerning with how far away it is, you can see the skeletal remains of something gargantuan. It's hard to tell just how far away it is, but you know that it's far enough that just the rib cage of this creature probably spans a good 30 feet high.
Big Green, do you see that? That over there. That's huge.
Looks like more shade.
I do not want to take shade under that. Although, if we could chip off a piece of it, could maybe make a club of some kind. Especially for you, but 30 feet, that's pretty big.
But in nearer spaces, Vainheart, you find these small little growths just kind of nestled in some of the cracks in the ground, which some of these cracks span 6 inches wide and several inches deep. They're just kind of growing in these spaces, which you didn't see any of these before, but now that you've moved, closer to the jungle, maybe the jungle's, water content and just the nutritional value that all these plants are putting into the air and into the soil are allowing things to grow the closer you get to it. And upon closer inspection, you see these small blue berries with like these thorny little husks that they rest inside of.
Hey, Trotty, I think we found food. Look in the
Sorry, I didn't
cracks.
catch that.
Look in the cracks.
I think someone fell over.
I see berries
Mmm,
in there, in the cracks.
me reached for a berry. Very sharp.
Your berries are sharp.
Yeah, go ahead and give me like a sleight of hand check to try and take the berry out of this little spiky carapace.
Carapace.
I
Which
don't know
one?
what to actually call it. Yeah,
You
sleight of
said-
hand.
No, I love that word.
Yeah, sleight of hand right underneath religion.
What does a 10 get me?
You prick your finger just a little bit, but you're able to get a few of these berries off.
Huh. Are you gonna eat those?
What do you take me for? Sure I am.
Now, Trotty, I don't know about that, man. We don't know what they're blue, but but they were in cracks. Berries don't grow in cracks; they grow on bushes.
They're probably a crack. I'm gonna try some.
I'm gonna wait and see how you react to this, and if it's good, then I'll eat it. And if it's not, I don't know.
You gonna eat them berries? Those crackberries?
Yeah,
All of them at once or one at a time?
all at once.
You shove them all
I'm
in.
starving over here.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ah!
You are almost overwhelmed by the sheer sweetness that was within these berries as you bite into the first one, and it just, oh boy, it gushes in your mouth. I know,
Crack
I heard
version
it
of
too.
Gushers.
Oh, are they good?
They are delicious. So delicious, in fact, you almost forget that while Vainheart had found food, you had seen some rusty metal about 20 feet away.
Was that Tradoroh who saw the metal, or was that me?
Yes. You found the
Okay.
food. Tradoroh found
Oh,
the metal.
he ate all my food.
Look, shiny.
Shiny? You call that shine? There's rust all over that. You green, blue. What the hells are you now?
Methinks me orc.
You thinks? Or well, you do look kind of like an orc, big, burly, definitely stupid like one. You ate all my goddamn food.
You didn't pick any. I pick all of it.
Yeah, and you did pick all of it. I could have used one or two though. I'm hungry too. I'm gonna go look at that rust. You keep eating your berries.
Suits me.
Yeah, it does suit you. And I storm over to the rust as I feel my stomach grumbling.
As you get closer, you realize somebody had met an unfortunate fate out here. As you come upon the remains of somebody that just didn't make it. But that rusty-looking metal happens to be a long sword, a shield, a chain shirt, and a short sword.
Hey, Trotty, I found a body. But even better, I found some gear. You're not going to take all this too, are you?
No.
Well,
Me fine with berry.
No, what I'm saying, you big lug, is there's two sets of swords here. There's a long sword and a short sword. I
Long.
can give you the long sword. Yeah, I know. You like big, long things.
Indeed.
Are we sure he's the big ladle?
So I gotta find short sword, shield, and chain. Because I know Trotty's not gonna wear chain.
Well, technically I don't get that armor skill until like later.
But as you two have found at least something that can keep you a little more resilient in this strange, unknown place. Rowan. You're not sure how you got here, but there's no way back. You tried passing back through, running, skipping, slow walking, but nothing you do has resulted in you returning to the evergreen forest. Realizing that there's no point in trying to do the same thing over and over, expecting different results, because even you know that's the definition of insanity. You began exploring the jungle that you had somehow walked into. At the very least, this jungle is healthy. Thriving, in fact. There is beauty in the chaos of this plant life, but also danger. As you walk around, you see the most beautiful, colorful bird you've ever seen. At first glance, the feathers are black, but as it moves through rays of light peeking through the canopy, they shine with an iridescence that almost seems to shimmer. It lands on a flower with a bloom the size of a platter and begins to sing a melodic song that is enrapturing. The bird seems to be so occupied with its song that it doesn't notice the teeth hidden between the petals of this flower. Nor does it have any time to fly away before the bloom snaps shut, sending a spray of blood and feather in all directions. Beautiful.
This forest is old and full of anger. I should be careful here. I don't know how I got here, but I believe the only way is through. I'm going to look around and see if I can see any detail or any pathway.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You know, you are so familiar with forested areas, which even though you've never been in a jungle with this type of fauna, there's no mistaking the game trails that are slipping between bushes and around trees. And so you pick one at random, begin to follow it. As you have no frame of reference of where you are, you don't know which way's north, you don't know where, the nearest settlement is. You don't even know how large this jungle is. So you just start following one of these game trails. And after a few minutes of just observing all of the different plant life, which there are large pitcher-like plants that seem to secrete this sweet odor that lures bugs in. And while you've never seen one, you're familiar with that kind of plant, feeding upon bugs and such. You see a fair few small prey animals, little beavers, rabbits, even a large... God, what do you even call that thing? Almost looks like a guinea pig on horse legs.
What in the hells? By box magic, I've never seen things like this. So Rowan's gonna use his speech power to talk to the trees real quick.
Okay.
I'm a friend of the bark. I ask you, trees, bend your limbs in the way to safety. Where should I go now? I see some trees that appear to be telling the way to go, and so I just set off as if led by this nature place.
That's fantastic. After another 20 minutes or so, you see that there is a break in the tree line somewhere up ahead. And for a moment you get excited, like maybe there's, people, maybe there is food, maybe there is a place that I can rest for the evening whenever that occurs. And so you pick up your pace, you start moving a little bit quicker, going straight for
Straight for what?
As you break the tree line, you see the arid terrain below and immediately sink within yourself, seeing nothing but a wasteland.
That's not good there.
Nothing could survive here. Nothing but the hardiest plants, but you see some. And yet, in spite of that, about a mile out, you see two figures moving around, seemingly getting closer to this jungle. Well, appears to be a human and a half-orc.
A half-orc? But with a human. Perhaps he's not evil as his kin might be. I think I'll give them what's up. And I'm gonna run. I'm gonna dash or run really fast in that direction. Kind of with my head down like a bull.
Which, with a constitution score of 15, I'd say that your average mile pace at a run would likely be somewhere around like 7.5 minutes. So it doesn't take too long. And Tradoroh and Vainheart, you see this figure, which, Rowan, go ahead and describe yourself.
Well, my name is Rowan, and I'm 8 feet tall. You might say I have ears like a cow, but I am not cowly. And I'm elvish blue with red hair. And don't you forget it.
Already forgot.
I just look at the orc, half-orc, and I go, and I narrow my eyes. I definitely don't trust that one.
Don't mind him. He's a little, what would you say? More burly than wrinkled.
Hello, human. I've known many of your kind. Good people.
Not all of us. So, have you been on these lands long? Do you know where we are, perchance?
Blimey, I have no idea where we are. I just was walking and exploring, and poof, I was here. I have no idea
Just
where
scooped
here
up.
is.
I would like to know that too. Did you see anything weird?
I saw a rabbit being eaten by a flower, or was that a bird? I can't tell these days.
Probably the
not
food we
both?
saw earlier.
Well, did you see that? And I point at the gargantuan rib cage off in the distance.
Oh, good gods. I'm
know.
big, but that's really big.
Yes, indeed. I almost have an idea of where we are, but I need more time to process.
I'm sure
Only heard about it in books.
Heard about what in books? Rewrite on the
Well-
leaves of trees.
Well, as you know, there are different realms. As I've read in some books, we could perchance be in one of these realms. But I've never seen one like this. I have only read very little about this stuff. More so the hells than anything else.
I see you found some gear. Another fallen corpse.
Yes. A pity, but his gear will keep us safe.
There must be a
I
way
see.
around here. To a settlement. Some kind of civilization, no?
I would assume so, yes, but from the... and please do not think I'm crazy. From the talking rabbit with wings and antlers, he told us we should stay in shade for a while.
Well, I can tell you the forest over there is quite treacherous.
Shady?
Oh,
But is it
shady,
shady?
yes, but deadly. So be wary if you come.
I come where I please.
And I come right on time. Ha 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 ha!
I think I'm going to like this one.
I slap Vainheart on the back. He might go several feet forward. I don't know.
I'll allow
I don't know.
it.
Give me an
Can
athletics
he,
check.
Can he roll? Yeah.
Ah! You might be sturdier than I thought.
Well, I was a fighter. But I'll tell you some truths. When we came to this land, the big green one there, he used to be red.
Oh,
And
a
my
hobby
magic
goblin.
doesn't feel the same. A hobby goblin?
A hobby goblin.
Must be the
What's
sun.
his hobby?
I know
So
not
when
of
you
what
burn, you
speak.
turn green?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take that.
Can I,
As for
like,
me,
survey the horizon? Or can we, something like that?
Absolutely.
who just quivered? It was adorable.
Not me. Definitely not me. I'm not scared at all.
Are you sure?
Sounds like somebody who would be scared would say.
I'm gonna pick up one of the skulls and hold it up to him to see how he reacts. This doesn't scare you?
No,
Not
this
at
does
all?
not scare me.
Oh. What about the bug inside of it?
Nope. Hello, Chester. How are the family?
They're doing all right.
Did that bug just speak?
And then it flitters away.
Oh,
Ah,
this is a strange land.
it's even stranger that that bug knew you.
He goes back to his bug
Weird.
homies. He's like,
You're never gonna believe this. Some furbolg knew my name. Asked about Patricia and the kids.
It was the
Patricia.
darndest things.
I'm so sure, Patricia.
Ah,
But there's something validating about this. Because before, you weren't quite sure if that rabbit had spoken to you. And whether or not it means you're going crazy. This new friend of yours seemed to have heard it too. Coming from this bug.
at least I know the stranger heard him. Tradoroh, you didn't tell me anything. I assumed you let me think I was going crazy.
Everything looks like food to me.
What happened to you, buddy? Are you just a glutton now? How hungry are you?
Hungry enough to be strong, but not strong. Be hungry.
We'd better get
I'm
your
going-
your friend some food.
You can call him a fatty if you want. I would have agreed with it. He ate all my damn berries. Kind
You
of sounded
picked
like
none of
that
them.
when he did it.
I have to step away for a second. Sorry, I'll be right back.
All right then, let's pick a direction and go
North.
to the forest. I'll make sure you're safe.
Well, I heard Trador? Trotty over here said north. Do you agree with that?
I get my bearings and I look north. Am I able to get my bearings?
Well, what direction does Tradoroh point when he says north?
Towards the sun.
All right, so
We're
to the
going-
jungle we go.
To the jungle then.
Oh, so okay then.
I'm plodding
As you
forward.
all begin to head towards the jungle for you, Rowan, for the second time. Orange,
Yes, land.
you are flying through the jungle canopy. You learned a little while ago how dangerous the ground can be, from the predators that blend into the surroundings to the carnivorous plants. Even some of the herbivores are fairly violent. That's a lot of trouble for one person to deal with alone. It's better up here anyway. The only thing you really need to watch out for are the occasional snakes and monkeys. The snakes can be tricky and manipulative, trying to lure you into a situation where it's easy for them to try and ensnare you. But the monkeys are something else entirely. You've startled a few, and the crude words they've hurled at you for unintentionally sneaking upon them were just mean. Not to mention they throw whatever is in reach. But you've had some pleasant interactions with some of the smaller wildlife. They've been pretty nice. And they've told you what sort of things to avoid, like if you see a circle of mushrooms in a clearing, that's not a big deal. If you find a second circle of mushrooms shortly after, you should probably leave an offering of some kind. But if you see a third, you should hide. They were obsessed with avoiding sets of 3. Plants that have 3 leaves, don't eat those. Smell a predator 3 times, find a hole. Anything to do with the number 3 scared them. Kind of like the 3 people walking through the jungle down below you. Wait a minute, people? You haven't seen people in a while.
Man, this
We can see
jungle
you
sure is
talking.
hot.
We can see you talking, but we can't hear you, Orange.
Um, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Oh.
Mhm.
I didn't know if to say anything. It's just reacting, I guess.
No worries. So you see 3 people wandering through the jungle down below, about 60 feet. Very tall, furbolg, cow kind of like features. A green-skinned half-orc, what appears to be a blonde-haired human, just trudging through the forest. Jungle.
I'm gonna say hello, I guess.
Oh, who goes
So you
there?
fly down, and go ahead and describe yourself as you come into view for everyone else.
Like introduce myself or like
What do you look like?
as a because I would introduce myself, I would just say hello, but am I describing my character?
Yeah, just
to you
describe
guys?
your physical appearance.
Okay. I have like green skin and like pretty long white hair and like bug antennas kind of and like really big ears. And I'm like 5'6" around. And I have wings, but they kind of like go down. Like they're not like spread. They just kind of are in a resting position, even though I'm flying.
More like gliding than flying.
No, it is full flight.
Oh. I'm trying to put a visualization to that, and I'm like, do they flap at all, or do they sit perfectly still?
Her wings do not flap. They are perfectly static.
Hello there. Are you a fairy?
Yeah.
I have met others of your kind in the forests deep. Hello.
Hello.
I'm just gonna sit there and stare at her. I've obviously never seen a fairy before, so this is very surreal to me.
You guys been here long?
No, we have not. I just stepped through an archway and ended up here in this forest. And, it doesn't seem too friendly here.
Yeah, it's not great.
I don't remember what we were doing before we came here. Trotty, how did we get here?
Sorry, I missed like a minute because my mom walked in.
We introduced Orange. She's a fairy, and she's flying around. And we just met, so she asked if we're here long, and then Vainheart asked a question, and I can't remember what that was. Sorry.
I said, I don't remember how we got here. And then I looked at your character and I was like, Trotty, how did we get here?
I remember something like a ritual, and then it went blank, and I think we hit the ground real hard.
And when he mentions ritual, my character stares at the floor, his skin going slightly pale.
Oh yeah, you remember everything. But it's such a strange thing where you have the memory, but you've almost dissociated from it at a very physical level. You're used to, remembering some movements, you may not remember when you first began to walk, but your body does. And all the adjustments that it's had to make and the strength that it has gained in order to be able to do that. But as you're thinking about those moments and having these flashes of you fighting these cultists and fighting against Citrine, You don't remember even the weight of your sword and shield.
It seems you've been through something.
Hell.
Hell. I've known that. Anyways,
Yes,
to our fairy friend here, hello. Would you like to travel with us? It may be safer in numbers.
Yep.
Cool. Let's walk.
that battle. I've
So-
actually been running that through my head a few times. This place we came to. I feel weaker, yes, but different at the same time.
Were you traveling with others?
Ah, yes, yes. The big lug here with me, when he used to be red. And two... And my character appears to be struggling with the memory. Two elves, if I remember. But I can't recall their names.
Well, it seems they may be here as well. Should we all set off and see if we can find them?
Agreed. I will ponder.
I think one of them was called Yallerhorn.
Yallerhorn. Strange name.
Yalahor? No, that doesn't sound right. But maybe? It was odd. I remember a battle. I remember I'm seeing silhouettes, people, figures fading away. Me swinging my blade, but not the one I'm holding now.
Sounds like a pitched battle.
And I remember I remember feeling my magic draining away, but feeling as if it was replaced with something else.
Regret.
What?
What'd you say? Ethan? Or Orange? Sorry.
Oh, it's what?
I was just asking what you said.
Oh, I was just asking Vainheart what it was replaced with.
I don't know. It still feels like my magic, but I don't know. I feel it, but I don't understand it.
Alright, well, Charlie is out. I'm going to BRB real quick, too.
I'm gonna get something to drink.
Yeah, me too.
I'm back.
Just trying to figure out how am I gonna have the character figure out. I have ideas.
But as you all begin to travel together and you're having these, conversations which may not necessarily be directed at everybody, some of which may even be directed at yourselves.
Is Orange
Val.
back?
Oh,
I think Orange and even Control might be away for a minute.
Okay, sorry.
No
Orange
worries.
is getting
My bad.
water.
No worries. Hope all is
I
well.
thought they were back because I see Orange has herself muted, but Tradoroh does not, and I was like, wait, are they back yet? Because he's not muted, but she still is.
I have
No
to
worries.
ask her if her character name is actually Orange.
it is.
Okay.
I asked before the game because I still hadn't known, and I was like, "Hey, real quick, can I get your character name?"
Hey, who are you?
She's like, "It's Orange." I'm like, "Oh, easy."
Orange the fairy?
I dig it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not opposed to it.
Just like Cher on Madonna.
Just a single word.
Now I'm like picturing that her wings might be orange.
Wong. Is that just one name, or like Beyonce?
Like Beyonce. I can't think of any others, though.
But while we're waiting on Orange to return,
And Control.
Val.
I think he's still AFK.
Val.
Val?
Val?
Atreyu, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Fuck this jungle. It's hot and muggy. The damn mosquitoes are the size of grapes. You're pretty sure you have a leech somewhere after crossing through a stream. This place is the absolute worst. Why were you told to come here? Why this place? You were doing just fine in Sigil. But he wouldn't have told you to come here for no reason. He must know something. Maybe it has to do with Faunal recently being ripped out of the Outlands and into the Beastlands? You haven't quite made your way in that direction just yet because, you were told to go deeper. But word is that Faunal is just a fragment of what it used to be.
I'm back.
Not very many of the beast folk are
Welcome
left. But the ones that remain are at each other's throats. Maybe it was best to stay away from there for a while. You smack another mosquito, splattering it between your neck and palm,
Ah!
and instantly regret it after seeing the mess in your hand.
Gross.
Could this get any worse?
God dang
What was that?
skaters.
I fucking hate this shit.
What was that? Is that movement? Somewhere nearby.
I'm gonna hide.
Quickly move to a hiding spot, a deeply written instinct kicking in. You look around, and there's a tree, some of those poisonous flowers, 4 people, a squawking bird. Wait a minute! 4 people. Yeah, a human, a half-orc, a furbolg, a fairy. He was right. Now to find a way to get closer.
I'm gonna tiptoe like the Burger King man in the commercials.
Oh, perfect image.
You
Tiptoe
gonna slip me
closer,
some money?
just from one hiding spot to another, until I get close enough to hear them talking.
Yes, this forest seems dangerous. I hope there's nothing hiding around here.
Oh, and
With a
Val,
forest
go
like
ahead and give me a
this.
stealth check.
Okay.
to be quite fair, Rowan. With a forest like this, I think things are hiding everywhere.
Can I do a perception check?
You can look around.
Well, you don't know
Oh.
that there's anything to really be looking for. I'm using your passive perception scores at the moment.
Oh.
And Val, as you are, you found a nice little spot that your small body fits behind, and you're watching, you're listening. Orange and Rowan, you see something moving around nearby.
I think we're being tracked, folks.
Correct?
You see that, guys?
There's something here.
Must be the wind.
By
The wind
box
has
magic, watch out.
Just gonna wait till they go back to their regular conversation.
Maybe
Rowan,
I
could
was
you
wrong,
point
but
where
I'm
you
going to
saw-
take a look around.
I'm gonna, since he was the one who, I'm gonna walk with him.
Use your keen eyes, human. What do you see?
Are they close to me?
If Rowan's moving towards what he saw, yes, they are getting closer.
Does Rowan have anything shiny on him that I might want to take?
I'm not even going to let him lie to you. I'm going to look at his inventory. I mean, he's got some chainmail on underneath some very common clothes. He's got a nice looking horn on his belt. Carries a very dangerous looking warhammer. And he does have a shield.
Nothing small, shiny.
Doesn't appear. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, you don't look in there.
There's a holy symbol hanging from his neck. That looks nice.
What am I hiding behind? I don't even know.
There's like a downed tree that split on impact with the ground, and so you're able to kind of, there's bushes that have grown on top of it. So it's almost like you're ducking down behind the tree, but you can see between the two halves and just kind of keep an eye on the group, which they're moving towards you, but they're not looking directly at you. So there's a little bit of room here.
So if he gets close enough, and all I want to do is like reach an arm out and try and untie the necklace and swipe the holy symbol.
Checking these various shadowy places, keeping going forward.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
Oh shit!
This is
There
gonna
is
be the best
Rowan,
introduction
as you're
ever.
like bending down and looking in places, you see this small hand reaching out from next to this downed tree, very slowly moving towards your necklace, where your holy symbol hangs.
Oh!
And-
I stand straight up and I say, oh, appears to be a goblin. A goblin in these forests.
There's no goblin here.
What do you call yourself?
My name's Val.
Hello. I'm very suspicious.
Oh, this one's better looking than Boilgut was.
I'm not sure who that is, but thank you for what I assume is a compliment.
It's a
Yes.
compliment until I have reason to draw my blade.
Oh, no need for that. No.
Are you friend or
Ah.
foe?
I was just admiring your very shiny necklace. Not trying to steal it at all. Just,
Rowan tucks it into the folds of his uniform.
I'm not even gonna make you roll a deception check. That's such a blatant lie.
I wanna like roll a strength check and just like pick him up. with like one hand. This is our
You
little,
can certainly
our little
try.
thief here. You know what?
So it'll be acrobat or strength athletics from you, and for Val, I imagine it'll be Dex athletics. As this strange human begins to reach down into your little cubby hole, little hiding spot.
Says athletics is strength.
I meant acrobatics.
Oh, okay.
You have the choice between the two, but as a rogue, I would imagine your dexterity is better than your strength.
It is.
Oh,
We evenly matched out.
And victory always goes to the defender.
Okay.
In the past, I would have made you to roll again, but that is the actual rule, is victory goes to the defender. So as Vainheart, you're reaching down, Val just slaps your hand right as your fingertips were getting close enough to grab onto him.
Oh, he's hostile. I'm gonna draw my blade on him.
Rowan steps forward and grabs Vainheart by the shoulder. Watch out! Take heed! Hold! Hold!
I'm not a
Hold!
You can't just pick me up like that.
Let's hear what
We're
the
trying to
goblin
pick
has
his
to say.
What's up? Steal your god to put me down.
Sorry, I think we kind of got off on the wrong foot here.
Let's just reset. Everyone, step back.
We back to one. So
To be put down.
my name's Val,
I'm not lifting you up. I just held you.
and I came here to find some fellow adventurers and to join a party of do-gooders or
Well,
do-goodishers.
at least for the time being, these folks seem to be quite well. You can walk with us as we find our way to civilization. If you,
Oh, it was that easy to get in the group. Well, that's great. Okay.
I just got here too.
You know what? I agree with Rowan, but I have my eye on you.
Well, I think I can. If you guys want to leave this place, I can show you to the city.
Oh,
Yes.
you know
City?
the way to the city. Yes, please lead on.
I think I do.
I lean
Do
over
I?
to Vainheart. Keep your sword at the ready, matey.
Oh, it's ready.
Val, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Wait, who is doing that?
Your idea.
Val.
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Oh, it was a 19 for so long, and then it was a 3. Fuck.
With a level of confidence that is admirable, Val's like, yeah, it's this way, and starts leading you through the jungle. And every once in a while, Val, you'll stop and kind of look around, and you know you're fucking lost, but you don't want them to think that, you don't know where you're going. You almost get this sense that your, tentative peace is reliant and dependent on you finding faunal. And so you'll get to a tree, just kind of look at it and nod to yourself, and this way, and just pick a random direction.
Oh, that was the same tree we saw 3 paths ago.
Would the trees that I asked to point the way possibly be willing to do that, and are they doing that?
Are you asking if they go back to like their regular pose after they do it?
Well, no, I'm asking the DM if that's still in effect.
wouldn't you have to ask new trees?
Okay. But I mean,
Let me look at the ability real quick.
I can talk to animals and plants and things. They cannot talk back to me. So I figured that I would ask them to do something and they could choose whether to do it truthfully or not, or at all.
Yeah, so you have the ability to communicate in a limited manner with beasts, plants, and vegetation. They can understand the meaning of your words, though you have no special ability to understand them in return. You have advantage on all charisma checks to make... Oh, you make to influence them. So this is just something that you can do.
Oh, I forgot that I had to do a check on it. So I'd like to ask the trees. A friend to Bark asks you to aid us in our path towards the city. Point your bows towards the city for us, if you like.
Okay,
And
good.
then
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Which I want to say that said with advantage, although 19's pretty
That's
good.
fine, right?
I mean, I'm double checking. It's not that. Yeah, advantage. So go ahead and roll me that check again.
Okay.
Just in case.
Persuasion advantage. Oh,
We'll go with the 19.
thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can ask.
Can I also roll a? Or I don't know how to do this, but like, can I do a thing where I like check the stuff because I know I forgot exactly what it is, but it's like
So one of the ways, if
nature
I
and
can,
stuff.
you guys don't mind if I say that one of the ways is you just like describe what your character does, and then the dungeon master will decide whether you have to roll something or what it is. So you just say what you're gonna do.
Okay. Can I like look around and I'm like assessing that I think this guy is not knowing what the fuck he's doing because looking at that tree doesn't mean anything to like survival stuff.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay. You're gonna have to tell me how to do it.
On your sheet.
Okay.
Which are you on the web browser or are you doing it from your phone?
Web browser.
Web browser. So on the browser, the page is laid out so that everything that you have is just right there. Down the middle of the page in a long column are all of your skills listed from Arcana down to Survival. I believe Survival is going to be the last one on the list. And what you're going to do, you're going to see a value there. That's going to be a +4. And you're just going to click on that +4, and it should automatically roll it for you. Now, in the future, excellent. If I say roll with advantage or disadvantage, if you right click on that +4, it should give you a little drop down for rolling with advantage or disadvantage. And when you select that, it will roll it twice for you, with disadvantage being the lower value between the two and advantage being the higher value.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But yeah, as you're just quietly following along, and it was this goblin going up to a tree and looking at it, and there's no marking on the tree. There's nothing indicating any type of direction or, like funnel this way, 12 miles. There's no indicator here, so you start to get a little suspicious, and you start thinking about, the time that you have spent within this jungle since you've arrived here. And you've seen this city a couple of times, and you know for a fact you're going in the opposite direction right now.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to talk to trees.
Yes. So you request of the trees to point you in the right direction, and by this point, Val has already started moving on and has left this tree behind. You just place your hand upon its bark, very gently, and ask, can you tell me which way? And you can hear the tree creak as it shifts, the same way a tree would if there was wind blowing in the bough above. But there is no wind. And as you look up, you can see that several of the branches are pointing in the direction opposite of where Val is heading.
Rowan calls out, "Oi, goblin! Goblin! The tree says go this way."
Excuse me, my name's not Goblin. I would appreciate it if you just called me Val.
Okay. Val.
Val?
Val.
With a V? Val? Come on, try it with me. Val.
Val.
Okay, we'll
Tree
work
says
on
Sure.
I'm
this
just
way.
gonna.
It's
I'm
not
just gonna
pal.
Tree
just
says this
standing
way.
here watching the tomfoolery going on in front of me. What is wrong with these people?
Oh, and just to go backwards, I'm a male goblin with bronze-colored eyes, blue and purple hair, with light cyan skin. I'm 8 years old. I'm 3'3", and I weigh 45 pounds.
You're a youngling, I see.
No, I'm an adult.
Val.
Is it really that hard for you to say Val?
Val.
I'm calling it. This one is the crazy one. Tradoroh, I'm coming back over to you.
Company you seek, huh?
If you guys think you know the way, feel free to lead. I will happily follow.
I'm following this tree's way. I've learned in life to follow the trees.
I'm following.
Come on,
the big
folks,
crazy
let's
one.
go.
Oh,
I
okay.
plod in the direction that the tree is pointing.
Actually,
forgetting I have these.
Val, how did you get here?
Yes, Val, what's your tale?
Oh, me? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I was told to come here to find a group of people to, well, join.
You were
By who?
told. Yes, by who?
You were.
Someone.
So-
Who
Do they have a
someone?
name?
They do have a name, yes.
Could you
What's
tell
the
us their name?
name?
No offense, but I just met you guys, so maybe I'll tell you
Well,
after we
no
get to know each other.
offense.
It's a little personal, I think.
I don't. What do you think, big guy? The one who's keeping all the information from us that tried to steal your holy symbol.
I
I
can't
was just
say
looking
I
at
have
it.
my own secrets. I think we all do. For the time being, he has given me no reason to mistrust him. Let's keep
Wow,
going.
you are really trusting, but okay. Yeah, I agree. Let's go.
Thanks,
Got my eye on.
Rowan. Is it Rowan?
Oh
Wait,
no! Now they're gonna do
Rowan?
it again.
So are we still following
Rowan?
Goblin?
Yeah, we're following Rowan, who's following the tree that pointed towards the city, or what we believe is the city.
Is it
So we're
Rowan or
following you.
Rowan?
It's Rowan, like Roanoke.
Rowan?
I don't know. The goblin says Rowan.
It's a
Which-
speech
The
dialect.
trees did indicate in the same direction that orange also feels is the right way.
Yeah, I'm going with the trees.
Let's do it. Party ho!
So have you
Just gonna stay in the
always
back
talked
and
to
watch
trees?
everybody.
Or was it a language that you had to learn?
My people talk to trees in my land. Trees are just like you and me. You can talk to them. They never talk back in the same way, but they can guide you if they want.
Did you ask a tree that if it falls and no one's around, can they hear it?
I've learned not to waste trees' times with questions like that.
I don't know.
Are you
Just thought
kidding
maybe-
me? Steve fell over last week. He still hasn't shut up.
A
I
fallen
got the
tree is a sad
reference.
time.
I'm gonna kind of fast walk until I kind of catch up to Tradoroh, and just kind of walk beside him and look at him every now and then.
Always attracted to the big ladle.
Hey guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just let Shadow's here, but he can't log in. He's having trouble logging in, but he's here.
On Discord?
Yeah, like
Can he not? Does he not have permissions?
Hello.
Hello. Wait.
Hello.
Is that Eric?
I wonder. Let me
There's
check
two
something
people
out.
inside you.
I see him on the server. He has all the right permissions. That's bizarre.
Was he having trouble just logging into Discord or getting into the server?
I think he's just having trouble logging into Roll20.
Oh.
Oh.
Tell him to refresh the page. Sometimes Roll20 is really finicky, where like I have my password saved to it just because I rarely log out and I can't remember what my password is to begin with. And I'll just go to click login and it won't let me. It'll say there's this massive error. But if I refresh the page and then try to log in, it usually lets me in like 99% of the time. That 1% that it doesn't work, it's their site is having like meltdown.
Just gonna refill my drink real quick, not too long.
Right.
Right back.
I'm taking a picture of it so I can just.
Back.
Welcome back.
You just
Welcome
type it
back.
in on text and then paste
Thank
it.
you.
I tried, but I see what the issue is. I don't have a down arrow.
Oh,
Maybe you could screenshot it and put it in the Discord, or possibly share your screen in Discord.
you want to look in my computer?
Yeah. Try computer.
You can always take a picture of it with your phone. I don't know.
No, it's like I don't have a down arrow key on my keyboard. I'm like, that's
But
the only thing I'm missing.
Oh, okay.
we'll figure it out. We can keep going.
All right.
Take
I just misheard you guys
another
again.
arrow key and put it there.
No worries at all.
Okay.
So, as you continue following the guidance of the trees, as well as Orange's intuition, you all stride through bushes and giant leaves, crossing over streams and over dead trees. And you can hear the sound of wildlife all around you. Croaks from frogs, bird song, the occasional snarl of a predator somewhere far off, which is comforting because if it's snarling like that, it probably took something down. Maybe it's not going to come looking for you.
Everyone, be careful. Keep your hands inside the ride at all times.
My God.
Bog.
Ah, there's a frog in that bog.
Are you sure it's not in the log on the bog?
There's a frog on the log on the bump on the bottom.
Oh dear. You're talking too.
Well, of
Oh, it's
course
another-
I'm talking.
Oh,
Do you not know where you are right now?
we do not know where we are. Maybe you could let us know.
Rather infernal jungle, of course.
Faunal. Why have I heard that name before?
Yeah, like all of the animals and stuff in infernal jungle can talk.
Guess probably. I don't think it worked.
You guys never seen talking animals before?
No.
I don't know about the big one, but I sure haven't.
Oh, well, it all has something to do with the gate town. Just a few miles further down the road. So there's this pool of water, and if you drink from it, it gives you the ability to speak. Which is not necessarily make you smart. There are some really dumb animals out there.
What happens if you can already speak and you drink from the fountain?
Well, nothing.
Oh, well.
Oh, Froglington, can you take us to this place you talk of?
That's okay, Val. That was a good question.
The frog kind of looks in the direction that you're already heading.
Well, I could take you, but I'm really small. It might take a while.
I picked the frog up and put it on my shoulder.
Oh,
How's
I
that?
did not consent to this.
Oh, you can't touch something without asking permission.
Do not disturb
have
their
places
natural
to be.
wilds.
We have to get out of this forest because I don't like the snarls going on, and a rusty
I'm
sword
sorry,
does
I
not
don't
feel
think
like
we
a
can
weapon.
move forward until you respect this frog's personal boundaries.
What say you, frog? Do you rather be down there or up on the shoulder?
Well, I kind of got an appointment. There's a nice little female frog that's gonna be coming by here pretty soon.
I'm just gonna gently push the frog off my shoulders back into the water.
Oh, yes.
He's got a date.
Godspeed.
And you know, I mean, all those snarls, there's probably just Evan Claw and his friends.
I think we should continue on as quickly as possible.
He said it was just a few miles away.
I think a few miles for the big guy's not that far. Look at those legs.
Yeah.
They make sound effects.
I'm still walking next to Tradoroh. I want to tug on his shirt.
I look down, kinda.
Hi,
Yo.
you're green. I'm green. We should stick together.
We could be mean and green.
Mean green, the mean green team. The green mean team. The team of green mean.
You need a bigger sword.
Oh. Just
Just close my cloak a little tighter.
Okay.
Keep
Bro,
walking.
what's happening?
I don't know.
You don't hear our conversation. Keep walking.
We're pretty tight together. I could hear everything.
You hear nothing.
I was next to
You're
Tradoroh.
deaf because there's a
I can
frog
hear
croaking in your ear.
I think I'm not even wearing a shirt.
All right, so we keep going, walking, plodding along.
He thinks we forgot that I scooched the frog off my shoulder.
Oh yeah, first date.
You've got a fleck of foam on your shoulder, Vane.
Ugh.
You might want to get that.
Get it off for me.
You
I
got a
don't
bit.
touch it.
It's a little frog spot he left behind.
That bastard.
I mean, you just put them.
I'm gonna flick that off toward the goblin.
That's why you
Here
don't
you go,
touch
buddy.
animals without their consent. You never know what's going to happen.
Flick it right on the goblin now. Right on top.
Ew!
What were
Uncalled
you
for.
saying down there? What were you saying down there, little one?
I just wipe it off.
Calm.
I am calm.
I just wipe it off my cloak and then put it in my mouth.
Oh!
Delicious.
It's proper to recycle the ways of the wilds. This is true.
Haven't you ever had fondle caviar?
I love him. You guys better protect him.
If he is good, he will receive my full protection, I can assure you all.
Oh, no. He's stuck to Tradoroh like glue. Tradoroh, you're on babysitting duty.
Sure.
3 men and a little goblin.
And a fairy.
You got it all wrong. 3.5 goblin.
Somewhere up ahead, you hear what sounds like a pig squeal.
Is that dinner?
Somebody shouting,
That's not dinner.
followed by more sounds of the pig. Maybe boar.
Are they like frightened sounds or like happy
They
squeals?
sound aggressive.
Oh.
Murderous, even.
Oh. Do we all hear it?
Yeah, there's no mistaking.
Are we headed towards them?
Yeah, it's up ahead of you. Although you can't quite see it, but you can definitely hear it.
Okay, guys, it sounds like something perhaps is angry ahead.
Rowan looks back at Vainheart.
Yeah? I'm hungry.
Well, there's a sound, so I'm suspicious.
I
I'm
think
just kind of,
it's
cueing
dinner.
you. Well, okay.
I
So we'll keep going.
already have my sword and shield out. We're fine.
I'm just gonna take slower steps until I end up in the back of the group.
I look at Vainheart, give him a thumbs up.
Okay, with that being the sign, me and Tradoroh will move to the front of the group.
What do you see?
Tradoroh's taller than me. Do you see anything up ahead, bud?
Let me do my perception check, maybe. If it's allowed. Is that a yes, Charlie?
Say that again.
Do you want me to do a perception check?
Yes, please.
I got a 6.
I mean, you can hear where the sound's coming from, but you can't see it. There's so much dense vegetation all around you. And these noises seem to be echoing off the trees, even. And the more you try to hone in on it, the more confused you get on which direction to go.
Rowan sees him trying to look around and figure out what's going on.
Yeah,
I'll
anybody
join
that
in
would like
on
to
that
make a
'cause
perception
I'm-
check may.
Yes. Booyah!
Oh no, why did it say Duskin?
You haven't changed your name on the thing.
Oh, how do I do that?
I saw Valkor.
You saw Valkor?
I saw... Actually, let me double check what the chat said.
Yeah, I see Duskin.
I saw
changed my account
Valkor.
profile picture and all that stuff.
I see the new names.
But Rowan and Vainheart, you wait and listen. There's those sounds again. You both turn your heads slightly to the left.
You hear it too? From that direction?
Rowan looks at Orange and says, "Can you fly up and see anything?"
Yeah, let me check. Can I see anything?
You fly up and get over a lot of what's been obscuring your vision going forward. And not far away, you see 5 fairly large boar. that have circled somebody next to a stream. They have weapons out, getting ready to defend themselves, but it's 1 against 5.
Can I tell like what they look like, or can I get closer without them noticing me?
Certainly. With their attention distracted and the boars actively engaged, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage. So stealth should be somewhere around survival. There you go. Perfect.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to fly forward using the trees to kind of give yourself some cover. And I don't know if Desolate Shadows can hear us.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna be
go
sharing
ahead.
Orange's Discord.
Excellent. Go ahead and describe Gene as he is engaged with 5 boar.
Oh boy.
What do you look like?
Gene, what do you look like? What am I seeing?
He's wearing khakis.
Not wearing khakis. I'm wearing jeans. I stand at what, 7 feet? I stand at 7 feet tall, wearing jeans and a nice, some leather shoulder pads I've gotten from hunting some wild game. I had a I have a backpack that's been tossed off to the side, so it's out there now. But I do have. Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good. Take your time.
I can't see
Here,
him
Piggy,
here,
Piggy, Piggy.
I'm a bit far away.
Are you going to
so
tell us
she
what you
sees
see,
them.
Orange?
What do you see up there, fairy friend?
I can't see him very closely, but there appears to be a man in trouble.
Someone's in trouble, I say to Rowan, next down over by wherever he is.
Rowan, isn't he at the back of the group?
He's in the middle.
Who?
Rowan's in the middle of the group. So, well, anyways, I say to everyone, hey, she says that someone's in trouble. I think we should go help them.
Someone is surrounded by 4 pig animals.
4 pig animals, she says.
Maybe we could sneak by while the pigs are distracted.
I'd like to say that my character is already running off to help the other person.
Okay.
Vainheart! Oh, this human likes to run ahead. And I run after him, head down, running like a bull.
All right, so as Vainheart takes off, Rowan's taking after him. Tradoroh, I imagine you're heading that direction too?
Yeah. You just see me parkouring over there.
Parkour! Val, Orange, you heading in for this,
I just kick the dirt a little bit. Okay,
fine.
I'm going to try to find a place where I can get them with a bow, so it's a little farther away, but yes.
And I will be in the back of the group, farthest away from the piggies.
All
I'm
right.
head first.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh my god, you guys, it's our first fight. Oh my god.
My ears. Let's adjust some volume here. Perfect.
All right, so Orange, near the top of your sheet, there should be, oh gosh, I don't know if I remember exactly where it is. It should be next to your attribute scores, your strength, dex. Towards the right of that, there should be something labeled initiative with the number we are looking for is a +3.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be next to your walking speed and all that. Just go ahead and click that button. Excellent.
Nice.
And Gene,
Mm-hmm.
you have
Roll
your
mine.
sheet open?
I do.
Okay, go ahead and roll initiative for me. Fantastic!
Woo!
All right, so everybody is on the map. Everybody can see. Starting off, our initiative is Gene.
Okay. What can I do here?
All right, so in combat, there are 3 types of actions that you can take on your turn. There is an action, a bonus action, and movement. You can use any of these in any way that you would like to, as long as you know that you only have 1 per turn. With the exception of movement, if you have, say, 30 feet of movement, you could move 5 feet, use your action to attack, move another 5 feet, use your bonus action for something, and then use the remaining 20 feet of your movement. You can break it up however you would like. And on your sheet, there should be tabs for what your actions are, your bonus actions. Now, outside of your turn, there is a reaction. If somebody moves out of your melee range, you can use your reaction to make an attack of opportunity. But there are also many other reaction-based abilities that you could potentially have.
Okay.
So, helping
So
you out. So under actions, you can make attacks with your daggers, your short bow. Let's see, you are a rogue. Yeah, so you can use your action to make a single melee or ranged attack. Ranged attacks that are, or rather, excuse me, if somebody is within melee range of you, when you make a ranged attack, it's with disadvantage, which don't worry too much about remembering all of this because we're going to approach it by a case-by-case basis. I'm probably talking too much as it is.
Okay.
But so here's how we'll do it. You are currently standing on the far side of this stream. You can hear that there's something moving behind you, but your attention is on these 5 wild boar that are standing about 5 feet tall at the shoulder. You erroneously stepped into their territory, or you're not even sure why they're targeting you, but they have taken up very aggressive positioning against you. What would you like to do?
I have a quick question. Sorry.
Okay.
When 2 people roll the same and they have the same dex, what determines who goes first?
Rules as written, birthday. That's not a lie. That's the truth.
So did you know that his birthday is before mine or something? Because we rolled the same and we have the same deck.
Let's see. It likely defaulted to another modifier, possibly wisdom.
Hmm.
Not particularly sure why, but
Yeah, well, maybe it's alphabetical.
But, Gene,
Mm-hmm.
you can try anything in the world.
Hello there. Defend yourself. We'll help you.
I don't know who's there. I hear someone behind me. That's it. I will try to go attack the boar that seems like directly north of me.
Okay.
Okay, what do I...
So you would drag
Roll.
your token 1 square north.
Well, that depends. Are you wanting to attack it with a dagger or your short bow?
Try to go for the short bow.
Okay, so you'll want to either stay where you're at or get some distance. With your ranged attacks, you do want to stay as far away from them as possible, just because it puts you at a disadvantage if they get really close to you.
Mm.
But on your character sheet, next to where it says short bow, there's going to be a +4 and then a 1d6 +2. For the time being, I want you to hit that +4, and that should roll your attack roll.
Roll right now?
Yeah. No time like the present. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So you hastily draw an arrow from the quiver and pull up your short bow. They are very close to you. It's making you nervous. And you just fire a shot towards the one that's closest to you. And you're not quite sure why you missed. It's close enough you shouldn't have been able to miss. But the arrow just kind of flies off above it, disappearing into some bushes. Now, there are some more options to you. You just used your action to make an attack. Now, as far as bonus actions go... Scrolling. There is the 2-weapon fighting mechanic, but that only applies to making melee attacks, so you don't have a bonus action you can use right now. But you can move. And you've heard somebody call out from behind you saying, defend yourself, we'll help you if we can. In the moment, just kind of weighing your odds, making that decision of, do I trust that? Or is that just going to put me into more danger? That is up to you. But you can still move up to 30 feet, which there is a handy-dandy tool on Roll20. See, I got to change something real quick. There is a handy-dandy tool on Roll20 on the left-hand side where you see that pointer icon, the hand, a little paintbrush. And we're going to scroll all the way almost to the bottom. There is a little ruler-looking thing, and if you hover over it, it should say measure.
Okay, I see.
Click on that. You can then pull that out to a distance, and that will tell you how far it is in any direction as far as planning movement. If you right-click at any point while you're holding it, you can then change the direction of that line.
So is this a creek? This is water?
This is a very shallow creek that's running through. There are some reeds growing in it, but it's only about ankle deep, so it wouldn't hamper your movement very much in order to pass through it, or what we in the business consider to be rough terrain.
I'll try to move. I don't know if this is visible.
It is.
It is.
Okay. I'll probably go here. I can't see. I think this is.
You're talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you'll have to go back to the pointer icon on that left-hand bar in order to move your character, but once you've done that, you can then click and drag. Another fun thing you can do is if you click on your token while you have that pointer selected and then right-click at the same time, it will actually show you movement.
Oh, okay. I see it. Okay. I moved to here. Am I able to use an ability, or was that already gone? Because I can use.
Already... Oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Or is this? No, not that. Never mind.
Okay.
I'll just move to here.
Excellent. So, if that is your turn, we'll go to Valkor Luke Dwagon.
It's Luck Dwagon, but thank you.
Luke Dwagon.
Luke Dwagon.
Luck. I'm gonna move here.
He's just an itty bitty guy.
I'm just a little guy.
Tiny.
Wait, that's an emblem? I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
why is that one
technically how
small?
Wow,
large a
that's
small
small.
creature is.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, oh, it's probably just the background.
And I have a clear view of Jean, right?
Yes.
So Jean will just hear in their mind.
Don't worry, we're here to help.
Who was that? What is that? I hear it from the brush, but I don't see it.
And then I'm going to cast Firebolt on this.
Okay,
fucker.
go ahead and roll a spell attack for me.
Bloop.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
What's
Oh
happening?
no, no.
We're here to help. Whoops.
Hmm?
Set my cape on fire.
Yeah, so as you fire this cantrip in order to assault this boar and save this person, instead you set these reeds on fire.
Well,
Love the smell of burning grass.
I think that will. I don't have it. Section.
can I like?
Oh no, I used my bonus action to do the telepathic speech. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
That's where like you can just make yourself small and don't have to do anything.
Oh, I thought I could make myself small.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. Can I be like also for? Can I be a little closer because I didn't realize I'd be so far away.
Oh yeah,
Let me see.
absolutely.
Um,
I was just trying to put you in a place where you had some cover, but
I could
little
just
bit
be like
closer.
right behind the little bush that everybody's behind.
okay, no worries. Set you right there.
But can I be like, I recognize, I think this guy is a bugbear. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
And I think their species can get small if they're inside of something,
Like hiding?
hiding. Does anybody have anything that I could fly over, he could get in, and I could fly back with him?
Get inside.
You mean like a pack?
Or a box? Or a bag?
Yeah.
Or something.
Oh my god, are you
Or I
serious?
guess I have
Sorry,
one. but
all
I
I
didn't
got
think
on
of
is
it.
my chain, my sword, and my shield. I have nothing else.
Is this
No
some sort
clothes.
of racial feature I don't know about?
I don't
I
know.
thought it was.
I thought it was. Maybe. Let me see.
Let's check it out.
I don't have any container type items.
Would it work in a backpack? I think it would.
Would it work at all? That's my question.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm completely unfamiliar with what you're trying to accomplish right now.
On sec.
I think
No,
what
it's
we're
not a
going
problem
with
at all.
here is like, does anybody remember how Gene said he had a pack somewhere in the battle?
Yeah.
Or somewhere on the floor, not necessarily in the battle. Like, you could say something like, he has a pack and it's over here. If he gets small and then gets in the pack and then somebody picks it up, we could run it back over here. Like, I think that's the thought process going behind this.
Yeah, we're just
Says-
not finding where it says you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says on the race description,
Okay.
despite their formidable build, bugbears are quiet skulkers thanks to fey magic that allows them to hide in spaces seemingly too small for them. I mean, I don't exactly know what that means, though.
It says you can move through a stop in a space large enough for a small creature.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
Wow.
It says you're proficient in the stealth skill. In addition, without squeezing, you can move through and stop in a space large enough for a small creature.
Oh, so it's not.
Which is me,
It's not-
my size, which isn't tiny.
All right. But would it, like,
No, I don't think it would.
would a backpack work or no?
No.
Okay.
Too
It's
big.
just for like.
Backpack rip.
It was a good
Bugbear
idea, though.
fly.
That was really fun.
No, that is a phenomenal use of the mechanics and just the verbiage. Like, I'm actually kind of speechless that you came up with that idea. No, so the backpack would be much too small. But for the future, if you got something like a barrel, and not like a full size, like 4-foot tall one, if you got one that was like 3 feet tall and decently wide, you could potentially put Gene inside of it.
Just get a little wicker basket.
Oh, that's horrifying. Thinking about the contortion he would do to fit inside of it, but I am bucket wee ball.
It's like I am thinking of Gene as like a 7-foot tall, big burly guy. Like he's a big guy.
But he
I'm now
fits into
trying to
some
picture
small
a
spaces.
7-foot tall dude getting into a wicker basket.
Well, not a dude. He's more like a
He
bear
dislocates
man.
his joints.
With Gene.
I
I was about to
imagine
say, is he
like
double
every size
jointed?
of
Can he
it.
just
Yeah,
like
no, he dislocates, and it's like.
Don't worry, it's called
it's
Fey
just like
magic.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright,
get
but
into the basket.
No, that was very cool.
Get in the basket.
no, that is a really cool idea that I can't wait to see you actually do in the future. But it is still Valkor's turn.
Okay.
You've used your action to cast Firebolt. What else do you have?
Oh, I ended my turn.
You ended your turn. Fantastic. So, that brings us to that boar.
That one.
That
Which one?
particular one that both of you have tried to attack and missed.
That
That
one.
that bastard.
This one or this one?
Hey
No,
guys, that's
first
not
one.
boar. That's not a boar. That's dinner.
And
There's
I'm
a
gonna
boar for each of
have
us,
this
except for
10,
one.
You ate all my berries. I'm eating your boar.
Hey.
5, 15.
You can get the balls.
Ugh.
It rushes
Wow.
down and across the creek, dashing as fast as it can to get to this point. That'll bring us to Tradoroh.
I'm a bum rush. Wait, I'm gonna activate rage,
Rush up its bum.
and then I'll bum rush,
Rage.
and then I'm gonna start. Let me see what I got.
I thought he was gonna say the famous line.
Well, I'm gonna start swinging. I just have to make sure.
So anyway, I started swinging.
You gonna start swinging now?
That
yes,
will
you are.
absolutely hit.
I feel like I gave him the lucky sword.
Oh, one-handed
really
or two-handed?
I did the top option. 1d8 plus 3.
Should be the one-handed.
I thought the bottom one was one-handed or something. I don't.
No, the top one is one-handed. The bottom one is two-handed, I believe.
Oh. Well, I did the 1d8.
No, it came through as a
Damage.
D10.
Oh.
What? Did I do 2?
You might have, but I don't think you have anything in your offhand anyway. But
Oh.
I'll let the one-handed stand because that
Well,
was your
'cause,
intent.
I think because I hit the option, but I didn't roll. So when I hit it again, I think it did 2 rolls.
Oh, maybe.
It might have
Oh,
been.
maybe it
But
was
you
a little
intended
black.
one-handed, and with one single cleave, you have eviscerated this boar.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Oh
There's
my!
Easy pickings.
He knows what to do.
Bacon's back on the menu, boys.
Was it worth it?
That thing.
Yes.
Just because you said that, yeah, no, it is.
All right, Tradoroh, is there anything else you can do?
I don't know. I think that's it. Because later
Excellent.
on, I think I unlocked the skill where I can attack twice. Whose turn is it now? Is that other boar?
It's a boar. 15. Where were you? I lost count. 30. Yeah, just rushes straight across.
Brother!
Rowan.
Brother of the pigskin.
Yes. You know, Rowan's sitting there, and this battle reminds him of a recent skirmish in his village back where he was, and he's getting flashbacks. And he's totally, senses the danger around him, and he is going to get ready to attack. Well, before he does, he pulls out the horn from his side, and he blows it.
Holy fuck! That was awesome!
You evildoers will not take this one. I move over here to the creek's edge. I have a feeling Tradoroh can take it. Guiding bolt. Here.
Okay.
Damn. Does that hit?
Try.
that build
no.
Oh,
That
that
was so
like,
cool.
Does it hit?
Oh, that build up.
the giant horn, and then you were like, pew!
The horns of battle.
Look, you guys are level 1. This is how it's supposed to go. Anything else?
So I have a crossbow, but it's not equipped. I can't use it, can I? I mean, I have a bonus action that lets me use a weapon. So
So that bonus action for 2-weapon fighting, everybody has that. And I'll just talk about that real quick, just because I'm sure you have questions. So with 2-weapon fighting, when you take the attack action and attack with a light melee weapon that you're holding in one hand, you can use a bonus action to attack with a different light melee weapon that you're holding in the other hand. So what this means is if you have like 2 daggers, like Jean does, you could make a second attack using your bonus action. There is a downside to this, as you are not trained in dual weapon fighting. There is a feat for that.
okay.
But you don't add your ability modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless that modifier is a negative. So we know that when we roll an attack, if we are proficient with a weapon, we get to add a proficiency bonus, as well as the main attribute that's associated with that kind of attack. So if it's a melee attack with a sword, you're adding your strength modifier. If you're firing a bow, it's your dexterity modifier. With this bonus attack, or rather, when you roll the damage, you take out that proficiency bonus, and you're still adding on that strength or dexterity modifier. With 2-weapon fighting, you don't get to add anything to it. It's just the dice.
Wow.
I think he's talking about
Kind of a lot.
his war
It is
priest.
a lot.
Because he's a war priest, it says when you use the attack action, you can make one weapon attack as a bonus action. You can use this feature 3 times per long rest.
Is that the same thing as what you were describing?
That is not the same thing.
Okay, awesome.
Good call, Atreyu.
Thank you.
So, as a free action, you could take up that crossbow and fire.
Well, ta-ta, TT,
It's still
ta-ta.
using your. It's still activating the war priest. It's still using your bonus action. There's a free interact object, which does count towards picking up another weapon.
All right. So, how do I fire my weapon? I go to attack, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hit DC.
Oh no!
All that build up.
I think you need different
fine.
dice.
Fine.
My little
Doing all right.
my huge ears kind of sink down for a second. I breathe in and I just yield my turn.
All right. That brings us to orange.
I'm not okay. So I'm looking at the what is this called?
Character sheet?
The character sheet, and I'm like, okay, sorry, I need to ask like technical questions for a
That's
second.
okay.
So under actions, under attack, I only have like one strike, but I can just like make up something and then see
Did
if
you
I can do
equip
it.
your weapons?
I have no idea what that is or how to do it.
Go to your inventory.
Ah, yes.
I didn't know that
So
was a thing.
let's go through here. Just start throwing some stuff on.
Oh.
You're gonna want your
All of them?
leather armor on.
Just do I just click all of them?
Yes. All right, and then if you go back to your actions, should have a few more options there.
Okay.
I think that's
Is this one?
pretty much all you're carrying right now.
I just
I think.
is it activated now?
Correct.
Oh wait, but I'm over carrying.
Oh.
So I did not pick one.
You have to choose what to carry. You want a bow?
Oh,
Sorry,
if
give
you're
me
concerned
some-
about the carrying capacity, let's not worry about that for right now.
Oh, just equip it all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know if this is something I can do based on my skills, but I'm gonna try to throw. I don't even know if you can throw. Like, I'm gonna try to throw a hand axe at the boar. That's on our side, and I'm aiming for his face.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now with
Okay.
ranged weapon attacks, there is a minimum and a maximum effective range.
Okay.
So for the hand axe, 20 feet is where, like, within 20 feet is where you want to be for throwing it.
Okay.
Beyond 20 feet, it's a roll with disadvantage. You can still hit them. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
But beyond 60 feet, it's way too far away. So
Okay.
you'll want to move a little bit closer if you want to make that attack roll without disadvantage.
Yeah. Can I do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me see. One sec. Um. So you can move 30 feet?
Yes.
Just stop me. Okay.
All right. So next to the hand axe, there is a plus number and a dice number. And for the attack roll, it's going to be that plus number. Just like with the skill checks.
This one?
I think it's the damage one, right?
The
It's
hit
hit DC?
DC.
Okay.
Hit DC.
Because it's a minus number. I don't know if that means anything.
That means it's subtracting. Let me look at that real quick because... Ooh,
0.
Oh no!
Oh no! I've never seen.
Oh, wait, what does minus mean? Should I not have done that?
I have to look at something real quick because
Should
I
I
don't
not have
feel
a
like
hand axe
that
in
is
general?
correct.
Is it a strength weapon?
Maybe?
I don't know.
Because it seems like it should be a dex weapon to me,
You'd
but I'm a
think
noob.
because it's thrown. I have to look real quick. If the weapon has the thrown property, you can throw the weapon to make a ranged attack. If the weapon is a melee weapon, you can use the same ability modifier for that attack roll and damage roll that you would use for a melee attack.
Because I'm like, should I just not have a hand axe? Because it's like
Yeah,
minus.
let's redact that because that was
Okay.
a miss.
Retcon.
That was my mistake for thinking that was dexterity based. You would be more effective using the longbow, because you have that +5 modifier, that means when you roll the d20, say you roll a 10, it's going to add 5 to that to make it a 15.
Okay. I'll just do the longbow then.
All right. And the longbow has a ridiculous range. That is an absolute hit.
Wow.
So go
Nice.
ahead and roll that dice, that damage roll for me. That 1d8 plus 3.
Okay.
For 5 piercing damage as the boar squeals in pain. Alright, so that was your action, and I don't think you have any bonus actions you can use right now.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, should I not have a hand axe? Are like certain weapons only good if you have certain skills?
Sometimes, where the hand axe could come in handy is if if you are in melee combat and it's not effective for you to use the longbow, the hand axe could be a great choice for you. But it's up to you whether or not you want to hold on to it.
Okay, just curious.
You know,
If
like,
she
at the-
uses it as melee, does it use the strength or the dex
Yeah.
modifier?
it still would use strength.
She'd be better off with like a dagger or something.
That was a misunderstanding on the rules from my part. If the weapon is melee based, then it uses your strength modifier. But with the example of daggers, because they are primarily a thrown weapon, they use the dexterity modifier even if you're making a melee attack with it.
Okay. I'll ask more questions later.
No worries. You know, as we're in these first few sessions, like everybody else is still learning.
Oh, yeah.
I am constantly learning new things every single day, and that's running 7 games a week. You know, ask as many questions as you want.
Absolutely.
I will give you
Whenever you want, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
No worries, because we're all
Yeah,
learning.
we're all
I am-
learning.
I am not
and
bothered.
That was one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of shoot back to level 1, is just so that we could have a very slow, like, let's get used to everything you can do step by step, instead of it being, you know, escalated to a point where you have too much and you get analysis paralysis. All right, so you've used your action in order to make an attack with your longbow, and you don't have a bonus action that you can use right now, and you only moved 15 feet, meaning you still have 15 feet of movement that you could use if you want to get further away or kind of reposition yourself on the battlefield.
Each square is 5 feet.
How do you tell how high she is if she's flying or not?
I make a mental note
Oh,
or
okay.
a physical note for
wasn't-
myself.
I wasn't sure if there was a on the map indicator of such a thing.
One of the things that I've wanted to do is create a distance chart for flight based on how high and how far away something is on the X and Y axis, and what the Pythagorean theorem tells me about the, like, if it's A to B and then B to C, what the A to C is. I just haven't gotten around to doing it because I hate math.
Oh, Tradoroh's a math expert. If nobody knew that. He's like a human calculator.
I'm gonna.
It only goes up to Calc 2.
But go ahead, Orange.
This guy.
Okay. Utilizing the rest of your movement to get closer to Rowan. That is going to bring us to another assailant. This one right here. Who's going to
An assailant.
15, 20, 25. Oh, yes. He can absolutely get right up to Rowan. And it's going to make a tusk attack.
Oh,
How dare you!
Cock. That is a 14 hit.
14. My armor class is 18.
So as it rushes you, you just drop your shield down and intercept, realizing that Orange is right behind you. You just become this bastion of an unmovable force, halting the boar as it charges you. Now that brings us to Vainheart.
Trick one last one.
Yes!
Vainhartigan.
Vainhartigan.
So, I'm going to move to here. I'm going to stab this little piggy right here. I'm going to roll my attack.
A 23 will hit.
Nice.
And now my damage. This feels like overkill.
Big numbers. 9.
Still with the arrow sticking out of it from Orange's attack, you just raise the short sword and slash down upon it, cleaving deep into the back of its neck, severing the spinal column.
Oh.
And then finally, I do believe I still have 5 feet to move. I will go right there.
Excellent.
That ends my turn.
All right, that brings us to a couple more boars. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Carry the 1.
Gosh, the boar counting voice is so realistic.
And
It's like a real boar counter.
one is going to rush towards Jean, being the closest to him. So I'm going to make an attack roll against you, Jean.
Okay.
This is going to be versus your armor class, which I don't even need to know what your armor class is because I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, this little piggy went to market.
Where do I armor class?
It goes in to gore you with its tusks, and you just very lithely, move your body out of the way, making it miss entirely.
Mhm.
And that brings us back to you at the top of our initiative.
All right. I have my short sword, so I'm just going to attack him. Let me see. I just roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it going to populate?
Did it work?
Not sure.
I don't see it.
I don't see any. Oh, no, Gene's sword to hit. Rolled 10.
Oh, there you go. 10.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, 10.
You swing, but it just manages to barely shave off some of the coarse hair that grows on its back. Missed it by 1.
I'm not having luck. Is there anything else I can do? Any actions?
Let's
Oh.
see.
If you actually go to your actions and then
Oh.
bonus action, you might have something there.
Can I go there?
Okay, so here's what we could do. What I was talking about earlier with the 2-weapon fighting,
Mhm.
the short sword is classified as a light weapon. So, you could take a dagger in your offhand and make an attack.
Dost thou have a
Ooh.
dagger?
I have 2 daggers.
Dust has dagger.
Thrust it into that piggy wiggy.
Thrust deeply into thy soon-to-be ham.
Pork
I
him,
shall
if you
roll
will.
my dagger.
Pork him gently.
Oh. It's not updating.
Damn.
20.
20.
20.
Dirty
That
20.
will hit. Okay, so rather than hitting the damage dice for that particular attack, because it is the 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to have you do a custom roll. There should be a little dice icon on your screen. It should be blue with a white dodecahedron. You should be able to select a D4 and then be able to roll it.
It's the pyramid.
1.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey.
dude.
You hit it.
You stuck it.
You poked it.
It's bleeding profusely.
You did
It's
it!
squirting everywhere. Bill.
Oh,
Bill
my.
style.
Just a flesh wound.
It's,
All right, so that was your
it's-
bonus action. You still have your movement. However, you are within melee range of this creature. If you move outside of that melee range, it can make what's called an attack of opportunity, where you have abandoned, defensive measures in order to get away. In the next level or two, that's not going to be a problem for you. But right now, it's very much a concern.
Okay, I'll stand my ground and stay.
Fantastic. Val.
Yes? Oh, it's my turn. I'm gonna try the same fucking shit again and try and shoot a firebolt at this one.
All right.
How do I just roll just the there it is. Bloop.
I want burnt ham.
Oh!
That
Get ready for the barbecue, piggy! And then I roll the damage. Bloop. 9.
Not bad.
No?
Throw a firebolt at this boar that's assaulting Jean, singeing its hide, leaving severe burn marks upon its side. It is still up, but barely.
And Jean can see as I throw the firebolt that I pulled a staff out of my cloak, and it's got a green emerald on the end of it that's glowing bright green, the same bright green that my eyes are glowing.
All right, Val, you got anything else?
Bonus action, I will telepathically talk to Jean in his brain again and say,
Holy fucking shit, that was cool, wasn't it? You can reply to this message.
you can talk back to me if you want to.
I'm like, is this what I'm getting? What I'm missing? Am I getting distracted?
All right, Val, if that's your turn.
Yes, that's my turn.
Tradoroh.
Let me see how far I can go.
How far can you go? How far can you go?
I can go the
Oh.
distance.
Singer too. My God, I'm in love with our DM.
I'm gonna go right here.
Don't tell
He
me
can
what
hear
it's
you.
on.
Anyways, I'm gonna start swinging.
With advantage because you are flanking.
Oh,
Yeah, flanking is a thing.
You wanna do advantage?
you want to roll like another?
Just
D20?
another straight roll, and we'll count that as the advantage.
Okay.
Thank God.
Damn.
Woohoo!
Is that a 10?
That is another D10. But rushing around the backside of this boar that's currently, trying to get past Rowan's shield, you take advantage and with just one sweep of the sword, take off the back legs and stab deep into its back.
Damn.
Like squeal, piggy squeal.
Who wants chops?
I like my turn.
Excellent. That brings us to a dead boar. So, Rowan.
Ah, yes.
I would say that its action is.
I think it's pronounced Rowan.
Here, Rowan.
Or maybe
Hello.
Rowan.
Wow.
Seems I'm traveling with deadly companions. That's a good thing. Well, I am going to survey the corpses with approval. I am going to look at the boar next to me, and then I'm going to look at the one by this new friend. I know it's already been hit. And I think Tradoroh can handle his own. So, I will take my bolt of guiding, and this time, It's definitely gonna work.
Yeah,
It's got it. Statistically speaking, it should
It
work.
can't not work.
Unless you build it up too much.
Woohoo!
Thank God.
Roll your damage.
Yes.
The odds are in your favor.
By the by the magic of the bark, I call upon your powers. Guiding bolt.
Oh, nice little anime. Just absolutely annihilating this boar, burning it with the intense divine light. The ancient wooded protectors. Got anything else?
As my bonus action, I will take my crossbow and I will shoot it at this little baby right here.
All right.
So there's that, and then I go whoosh. 20.
So natural 20.
Nice.
All right, so for our damage, because it's a crit, we are going to take the maximum value of the dice, and that roll you just made is going to get added onto it. So it's a D8, so we're automatically looking at an 8 plus 5.
It's a dead pig.
That is a dead pig.
Woohoo!
Dinner time?
As the crossbow just goes off, striking this creature straight in the shoulder, and you know it goes deep enough to pierce the heart.
It's like, man, you guys are rude.
And falls over.
Oh dear. That's my turn.
Man, you guys are rude.
Why didn't we try talking to these pigs?
I forgot they could talk.
What the hell did that bugbear do to piss them off?
Maybe we should ask.
Maybe we should ask him.
Wait, you, what did you do to piss these pigs off?
I was just lost and I fumbled, and they were like, "Hey."
Well, good enough answer for me. I'll get the fire ready.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a survival check for lighting a fire.
Okie
Unless you have a
dokie.
tinderbox.
I don't think I do. I lost it.
Oh, that's right. I didn't let you have any equipment. That's my fault.
Ha ha ha.
I should
But no,
get natural
you,
advantage.
Do I help him out?
Who-
Vainheart, you find 2 sticks, and you kind of like pick a dry enough log. Kind of start doing the stick rubbing technique to try and get some friction heat going on. And it takes way longer than you think it should, but eventually you do get some embers going that you nurse very gingerly into a roaring fire.
All right, the fire's ready. Bring me the pork. Oh, seriously, bring me the food. We're cooking. I did not just stand here to rub these sticks together for how long I did. Bring me those piggies.
I tossed the 2 that I killed. That Vainheart.
Thank you.
I think one's already cooked.
Yeah, that one I don't need. Just
I
give
mean,
me what
I
do
pre-cooked one when I fought it.
need. Just bring it over here and let's eat it. I'm starving.
All right.
Rowan goes and sits down by the fire.
Oh.
I tuck my staff back under my cloak and go and sit by Tradoroh.
You did good.
Thanks, big man. You too.
I give him the big thumbs up. Maybe 2.
Yes. Yes.
I would like to clink pork loins with you. Clink. As a toast.
Plonk.
Cheers to you.
I take a big ass bite.
I'm just gonna sit there quietly and continue to cook what we still have going.
I ate mine like a piranha,
Jesus.
making a giant mess all over.
Rowan just eats a little piece of meat. He wants to make sure everyone gets theirs first.
I'm going to shove more meat toward him because there's plenty to go around.
We just killed 5 boars.
I'm just munching on a
I
boar leg.
appreciate.
It's 1 whole pig each.
Yeah, the modesty is appreciated, big guy, but eat.
Dom, 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 dom.
Are we gonna stay here now that we've eaten, or are we gonna continue
I
on?
think we need a rest. A long rest.
Well, but the town is so close. Can we go sleep somewhere in a bed?
I agree with I agree with Val. I think
Thank
it's better
you.
to rest in a nice bed and not on this hard dirt where more pigs could attack us in the middle of the night.
We poor.
Worse.
No money.
Oh, but you forget, buddy. There's 5 boars. There's pelts that could be sold.
I mean, I've got a little money on me. I can get us all a room to share.
I'd
Can I
like to
still
make
skin
some
the
jerky.
boars? I'd like the
What's
chance
that,
to
Orange?
make more money.
I'd like to make some jerky for Stan. And
Excellent.
Can I still
Taco
skin
Bell.
them?
Yeah, get
I
the
think
leather.
so late.
Get the leather.
Yeah. If we're saying
Yes.
I'd like to skin them also.
All right, so you're butchering up these wild boar, very taking extra care to get the hides off, which some of them are damaged just from, having to combat them. But I mean, there's still some workable hide here that can be tanned and turned into leather. Carve off some good chunks to stick on a, little pole over the fire, get a little spit going, and shave off some bits so that Orange can make some jerky. Great travel food, by the way.
Very salty, though. Now we need water.
All right, broccoli.
Say that again?
I was
think
like,
they
all
were
right,
eating
broccoli.
with the...
One more time.
No, it's fine. It's a joke.
Oh. It's just Vainheart was talking like right at the same
Yeah.
time you were, and so that is one of the
Um,
downsides to online communication being what it is. We should all try to maintain some awareness as far as giving everybody the opportunity to speak up.
If there's anything else that I can like salvage from them, I'm doing that.
Okay. There are tusks that can be pulled from the mouths. I mean, really, what do you want off the boars is the question, because there's all
Is there,
manner
like-
of things that we can do with the parts available.
I mean, I don't know how like much I can carry. The stuff that's like sellable or like good for medicines, I guess. Like the stuff that's most sellable or most good for like medicinal or like eating properties, I guess.
Okay.
I don't.
So, doing a proper field dressing of these boars to get as much of the meat as possible, which, under the conditions of the jungle being rather kind of humid and warm, it's probably for the best that you cook it now, because the chances of it spoiling by the time you get to the town of Faunal is really high. But outside of the meat, the bones can be ground and sold for medicinal purposes. The tusks could potentially be spell components or even turned into jewelry, depending on where you go. I mean, everything has value. It's just a matter of, can you carry, 5 boar parts that are 200 pounds collectively each? Or
I
actually, I would...
asked the party, I guess, if they want to carry any of this, and we can share in the reward.
Should we kind of talk to... I don't even know your name. Jean?
Hmm.
Hi.
Hello.
So it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hello.
Hello.
I understand from reading your character sheet that you can carry a lot of shit. So maybe you should carry some pig skin.
Oh, shit.
I would, but I lost my backpack. I don't know where it went. I fell off somewhere.
Do we need to find it? Fan out!
Fan out. There's a very tiny bag somewhere.
Tiny bag.
Thank God.
Well, I'm 8 feet tall.
What did it
well,
look
you're
like?
7 feet tall, so never mind.
I don't know. I believe it'd be the only backpack around here for miles or quite a ways away.
Rowan's
Can
gonna
I
look
ro-
around to see if he can
can-
see anything.
Can I roll something to find the backpack?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check.
Oh, I'm not great at perception.
Neither am I, apparently.
Ooh.
Vainheart,
Not-
do you see anything?
Not good. Who's good at perception?
Let me try. One sec.
Yeah, you can fly.
Oh, I think here.
Is it two? Let me know if I can.
Hmm.
Yeah, collectively, as everybody's looking for Jean's backpack, some of you are looking in places where it couldn't possibly be, but eventually, one of you does find it, recovering the rest of his equipment.
There we go. Finally.
Oh, yes.
That's right, I dropped it next to this rock because I thought I would remember the rock. I just called myself out.
Well, it is an exceptional rock.
Hmm.
Is it what type of day is it? Is it darkness happening? Is it nighttime or are we still in daytime?
Not quite. It's hard to tell with the canopy, but based on how much light there is coming through even the dense overgrowth, you would guess it's still early afternoon.
We have enough time to make it to the city?
It's possible. Based on the directions you were given by the frog waiting on a date, he seemed to think it wasn't too far away. It would just take him a long time to get there just because hopping.
Right. So should we press on to the city since it's just mid-afternoon, and if we don't reach it, we'll have to camp, I guess?
Yes, let's go forward.
We can get to know Jean on the way. Not really each other, since we all just sort of met.
So I'm going to type out what you've collected from the boar real quick for your note-taking purposes. Since each of these boars stands about 5 feet tall, which I'm fairly familiar with how big pigs get in the real world. Standard pig can be anywhere from 300 to 400 pounds. These boar are twice that size. So as much as, there is a desire to not waste anything that you kill or anything of that nature, you're not gonna be able to carry everything, because we're talking about upwards around 4,000 pounds.
Whoa.
It's a lot of pig shit.
I feel like we're prioritizing the stuff that is gonna make us some money or is gonna be like real good for like food or medicine.
Agreed.
Excellent.
That's
So,
good.
at the very least, 10 tusks. I'm typing in sawdust, so you don't have to write it down. The tusks are a good money-making utility. I'll say 10 pounds of...
Carry up to 255 pounds.
Make some decent sausages. Say that again, Tradoroh.
I can carry up to 255 pounds.
And how much are you with the sword?
3
How
pounds.
much does that take away? Okay, so you can at least carry like 240 something pounds of meat.
Where do you see
Let's see.
your capacity?
So you got the inventory, and you see weight carried. You click on that, and it'll pop up this window on the side, and then it'll tell you your character stats for lifting. And my character can actually push, drag, or lift 500 pounds.
I can carry 360 pounds, and I can push, drag, and lift 720.
Damn, strong boy.
Yeah, so it's like the push, drag, and lift is literally double what you can carry.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. So that's something like 550 pounds of meat there.
And I believe it's based off a strength score. So if you have high
Yes.
strength, the more you can carry.
Yeah, I believe the formula is your strength score times 15.
And it also accounts for size.
Yes, if you have, if you're a large creature, which with Gene being a bugbear, he has the powerful build, which as far as, his carrying capacity, lift, push, and all that, it is actually double what he could do as a medium-sized creature.
For Val, it's half.
Yeah.
I also have the extra strength one.
Fantastic.
So we could just split it up.
All right, so let's see. Currently carrying 135 pounds, which what is your total capacity, though? I think that it's fair that you guys could carry, between everybody spreading stuff out, 1,000 pounds of cooked boar meat. And I'm actually going to knock that down to 980.
I'm gonna make sure that I have some bacon in my pockets.
So that,
in case I get road hungry.
Orange can have that jerky.
Oh, you're the best.
Seems like a lot to carry, but you've got some strong boys with you.
Nice.
Okay, let's head out, folks.
So you pack everything up as neatly as you can. Try to get things positioned so that it's going to be comfortable. Start making your way back into these strange game trails. You start to get a little bit worried the longer you walk. One, because the weight is starting to drag down on you. And two, you're pretty sure it's not quite nighttime, but the sun is going down. And so the forest is growing darker and darker. But eventually, you can see firelight up ahead. Torches. Next to a wooden gate connected to a palisade.
Looks like we found it.
Before we get too close, I'm gonna disguise self and change myself into a halfling man.
Okay.
I am gonna also disguise self and appear 2 feet shorter. So I'm 6 feet.
And as you get closer, you can see that there's somebody sitting on a stool in the open gates. carving away at a stick with a large knife. With one of those Australian safari hats where the one side's like pinned up. A vest with all sorts of pockets.
Like that guy from
A
Jurassic Park.
necklace with teeth of various different animals. And a speckled fur coat. As you see a gnoll just chilling out front.
What do gnolls look like again?
Hyenas. Easiest way to
Okay.
put it.
Hello there.
He stops and looks up and kind of squints into the dark. And then you see his mouth split into a wide grin bearing several jagged teeth. Well now, ain't that something? Not every day that we see anyone coming out of the jungle. Welcome to Camp Greenbriar.
Camp Greenbriar?
Camp
That's right.
Greenbriar. Where is this?
Well, I'd say that we are deep in the jungles of Funnel. But I like to call it home.
Oh, that's great. We were looking for some shelter for the night. Is there an inn, perhaps, that we could stay at?
Nothing quite as fancy as an inn, but we can get you set. Come on in. And he sits up, stands up off the stool, twirls the knife around his hand a couple times before sticking it in a leather sheath hanging from a belt. And just leads the way in. And as you walk into Camp Greenbriar, within the spiked wooden palisade that lines the perimeter, there's an assembly of tents and thatch-roofed huts, mud-soaked caravans that are just coming in and resting for the evening. There are all sorts of people walking around, all dressed in very similar, kind of safari attire, very outdoorsy. Many of them looking rather rough and tumble. But as you are all entering in, this Noel's like, "Oi, everybody! Look who came in! Got some new friends for the evening."
Hi!
Hello there. We're seeking lodgings.
Everybody just waves enthusiastically, greeting you. "Oi, welcome. I'm Mick Mainchild. And if you're looking for a place to stay, I imagine I can get one of these thatch-roofed huts set aside for all of you. They're a little cramped, but should facilitate all of you."
Can the five of us go into one, or should we get two?
"Oh, I'm sure you can fit 5. One time, I had 12. It was cramped, but we all got real friendly."
Oh my god, I bet that was a sticky situation. How much does it cost?
The going rate is a silver piece per night, but if you've got anything worth trading, you can always barter.
Meat.
Are you
Oh, we
looking
do
for
have
hundreds
some-
of pounds of meat?
Always. What do you got?
We have some premium boar meat that we just harvested in the jungle.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Top quality hide and meat and some teeth. Tusks.
Teeth and tusks.
Why don't you all go get, established, set up, get ready for the night. Once you've done that, we can talk about some bartering. I'd
All right.
definitely be interested in taking a look at what you all got. It sounds like we can come to a fine deal.
It's great,
Won't
thank
cost you
you.
a penny.
What did you say your name was again, sir?
Mick Mainchild.
Mick.
Mick
Nice to meet you,
Mainchild.
Mick.
Hello.
I'm just a hunter in these parts. Sometimes I'm a guide. Sometimes I'm doing it for sport. But I consider Camp Greenbriar to be home. Oh no! I forgot. I need to go talk to someone real quick. But I'll be around. Don't
Okay.
you worry.
Shall we go buy a room?
He points towards one of the thatch-roofed huts. The one right there you can call yours.
Okay, thank you. I go running into that.
As he starts kind of, I would say walking, but there is this odd gait to how he walks. It's almost kind of like a skip as he goes over to talk to somebody nearby. But you all head... Oh, go ahead.
Can I use a perception check?
Absolutely.
Or
What are you looking for?
Or insight?
If you're trying to figure out what he's up to, more likely insight, but perception might allow you to overhear his conversation.
I'll use perception.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check. 16. Yeah, so as everybody else is starting to head towards the hut, you kind of hang back a little bit and not walking too far out of your way, in drawing any attention to yourself, but just kind of leaning towards Mick. You hear a hushed conversation. Yeah, we saw him. Where? Razor Tooth Rock, if I'm not mistaken. There's no way around that. But Even Claw should be on his way over to the funnel town. On his way back. We could make something happen. And Mick starts looking around to see if anybody's paying attention, but doesn't look too closely, so he doesn't notice that Jean is kind of listening in. We'll talk more about it in the morning. For now, I gotta get these newcomers set up. They got plenty of meat, might be eating quite well tonight. As the rest of you are entering into the rather modest hut, there is plenty of room for all of you to find a place to sleep for the evening, but rather than a bed, there are these fold-out canvas cots. Which might not be comfortable, but boy, will they straighten out your spine. However, for Jean and Rowan, might need two. Orange, did you have something?
Yeah, my character makes a suggestion that we kind of have one of us stay awake and take turns just to...
I was actually thinking that, I would I'd be like, okay, it's okay, guys, you rest up. I'm gonna look around a bit.
I don't think we should leave I don't think we should sleep all at the same time. I don't know what's that called?
Have someone take watch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is a good place for us to end our session for this evening, and we can pick up with everybody taking watch throughout the night next week and see what kind of things you're able to overhear and see.
Cool.
So, Orange and Jean, thank you so much for playing and joining us on this adventure. I hope that you guys had fun. I know that learning how to play can be frustrating. Oh, who do we lose?
Vainheart, I think.
Oh, no. But I know that learning how to play D&D can be mildly frustrating just because it's very rule heavy and there's a lot of numbers involved in figuring stuff out. But we are going to take this one step at a time together I want to make sure that you guys are comfortable with the mechanics and how things work before we start jumping into anything too serious. You know, one step at a time until you're comfortable, and next thing you guys know, you're going to be throwing me off my game because you're going to be coming up with crazy ideas, and I'm going to have to figure out how to make them work because they're going to be phenomenal if they succeed.
So I'll say this now. I have work next Friday, so I will not be available for the next session, unfortunately.
Oh no, but that is okay. You know, I am very accommodating when it comes to, interruptions in your schedule, because that is the hardest part of playing D&D, is getting everybody together and actually having the game. I can't count how many sessions have been canceled in the last few weeks outside of my own personal injury, just canceling games because not enough people were going to make it. And that's fine. We're doing weekly games. So it's not like back in the day when I was first playing, we were playing once a month and making a whole day out of it, playing for 6 to 8 hours. With the 3 hour to 3.5 hours that we have every Friday night, we could either get into a lot of stuff and then I have to kind of back brief you on everything that happened during the session just so that you're not taken completely off guard with somebody doing something insane. But most of the time, you're going to come back and be like, hey, what did I miss? We did this, this, and this, and that was about it.
Awesome. Well, this was a good one.
Yay! We had our first new camping session.
But I hope everybody had fun. I'm going to go get myself to bed. It's been a long week, and I'm looking forward to my weekend. So thank you all so much for playing, and hope you all have a good weekend and a good restful evening.
Thanks, Charlie.
Good
Too.
night. Thank you.
Hi,
Good
Charlie.
night.
Good night,
Night.
everybody.
Bye.
Good.